Welcome back, social media friends, strangers, and acquaintances, and family. That is a separate category. And today I'm up at camp, last day, which I've said I think 3 times so far this season, but this is going to be the last day. And I'm overdue for one of these videos, you know. The creative juices are overflowing, normally just flowing naturally at a you know average level. But if I don't create something in whatever period of time, I don't know what it is, but I start to get this itch. Turned out as a burp, but I expressed as an itch to talk freely. So the subject that I'm here to talk to you about today is one of fashion, but in particular, dungarees or jeans, blue jeans. And I'm here to tell you, I have not owned a pair of jeans. 1998. 1998. And I'm not counting any modeling I did in jeans because that was for money. I didn't voluntarily put on jeans. Um, so anyway, I'm here to talk to you and tell you about uh, my own little history with jeans and how they became like a source of frustration or consternation or embarrassment, or I mean, just stick a word in there, right? Like you could get bullied over your jeans, if they weren't right. You know, I mean that's fashion, that's clothes. That's part of the reason why I'm in favor of school uniforms. Um, is because like now I know I've read the studies. Like I've done all the academic work about school uniforms and how they don't really stop bullying. Because kids are creative. So I'm torn, because I experienced, you know, a lot of stress growing up about my clothes, and my shoes in particular. If you were a dude, I don't think the girls had to worry. They probably had their own separate anxieties, right, about fashion. But for the boys, shoes were a big deal, and jeans too. I mean, all the clothes. Kids. I remember a particular kid. I'm not going to name him because he's been in and out of jail so many times. But he, obviously grew up in a bad situation, and he used to bully me about my T-shirts all senior year. I mean, this kid was making fun of me. We're in the same class. There's a few dudes like that who like one of them stole. I don't want to get into that drama. This is supposed to be about jeans, But I just want to say that like I didn't understand dude's attitude towards me growing up until, I'm still understanding it, you know? And how, there's a certain type of dude, A woman too. But let's just talk about guys here because I'm talking about men's fashion, jeans. I can't talk about women's fashion. But there's a certain type of dude that don't like me as soon as they look at me. They're usually short in stature, you know, and maybe not the most attractive to look at, but they think they are. And I don't know, like I said, I see it. It's still to this. I see it in adults. When I meet a guy for the first time, I can see in his eyes, oh, he's one of these dudes that just automatically is jealous. Cause I don't need fucking genes. I got genetic diversity. But anyway, let's not have a therapy session here. I'm supposed to be making jokes. So anyway, jeans for me growing up also were not easy to find in my size because, you know, most of you know, all of you know, I'm a skinny dude. Always been a skinny dude, always will be a skinny dude. I could talk about how you guys were also skinny in high school. Something happened. It's a separate video where I talk about how the average American waistline had in a correlation between the width of the average American waistline and the width of televisions. Now you know growing up televisions were very wide, right? And people were not. You know, the first televisions were very big and people back then, Americans, were not very big, right? And as the televisions have started to get thinner, the waistlines have started to get thicker. And somewhere, now this is academic, I'd have to do research to find where they passed like ships in the night, where the average television width and the average waistline width were the same at one point. And then now TVs are like this thin, and the average waistline is what TVs used to be, right? But anyway, my waistline, I remember my number. I was 29 waist and a 32 length. And I'm sure my mother could talk for a half an hour about trying to find me jeans. Pants in general, but jeans were the thing you needed to find. You know? And so just securing finding them was anxiety, right? And then they got to be the right style. You know, the 501 relaxed fit. You know, when I grew up, it was Levi's, and then later on in high school, it became more of a baggy thing. Like the kids were wearing Jenkos, JNCO, which were like bell bottoms, but jeans. And never could afford a pair of those Jenkos because, you know, those are for the surfer kids with that lived in McMansions, you know, and their parents had college degrees. You know, and growing up in the little mill town of Seymour, you know, looks were deceiving, I guess, for me. Because I knew Seymour as, like, you know, I knew the downtown Seymour. I didn't know all the way up on the hill the new house is Seymour. I actually didn't know it. I didn't even know those houses existed until I got a job delivering pizza. I think I was 18 or so, and back then you have a paper map. There's no GPS, and I learned parts of Seymour and Oxford that like, where am I, right? What? How did I get to pizza delivery? We're supposed to be talking about jeans. Anyway, how you wore your jeans, how you rolled your jeans, what brand your jeans were, how old your jeans were. Were they dirty? Were they clean? All the while, I never realized how uncomfortable they were because they were just the norm. Like, I wore jeans every single day. If I wore pants to school, which I don't even think we could wear shorts to school when I was in school. I'm not even sure. And maybe when I was a senior or a junior in high school, I don't even know. But I wore jeans. If I wore pants to school, it was a pair of jeans, right? I mean, remember we had patches? Your mom would sew on a patch, a jean patch, because she didn't want holes in your jeans, and you did. At least that's what happened to me. And I would like try to rip the patch off or get it ripped. Anyway, you know, and I'm thinking to myself now, I'm wondering how I got the attitude to just get rid of them all. Like, I don't remember ever having a moment where I was like, I don't have to wear these jeans anymore. I guess the last time I regularly wore them was when I was living in New York and working in places that required me to wear their brand of clothing. And maybe that was it because I do remember when I came back and I did some things to erase that part of my life from my memory, and I kind of wish I didn't. Like, I threw away 90% of my pictures, and I wish I didn't do that now. But um, there's still plenty. But yeah, I remember coming back and really wanting to rebel against the norms of fashion. Because once you get into fashion, you realize how bullshit it is, how it's oppression, and not only the people wearing the clothes, but the people making the clothes. The whole damn thing is just it's keeping a lot of people down on the planet right now, and in a bad way, and in the name of what? So you can look cool like that. It's in the name of that. Creepy, straight creep, and the whole industry straight creep. I'm taking those stories to my grave. Fuck. You know, so that's what it is. Jeans are such a cultural icon, right? As far as fashion items go. That's definitely, now I can see. Other than that, they're not comfortable. other than that, when you buy a pair of jeans, you would have to break them in. They're not comfortable. They're restrictive to me. They don't have enough room, you know? And it just feels like I should be folded up when I'm wearing them. Like I don't even know how I like I said it's been over it's 2024. So it's been probably around 20 years since I've worn a pair of jeans. Even worn a pair of jeans for money. Like jean whore that I was. Yeah. I don't even know what it would feel like. I mean, I can imagine it would feel constrictive. Even if they're the loosest jeans, right? Because I used to wear those loose, I think they were 505, if I recall. And like, it's still like a lot of fabric. It's heavy. And God forbid they get wet. That's another thing. They're not really like practical. I mean, they're practical like a pair of sweatpants are practical. I mean, sweatpants are going to get wet easily, but at least you're going to have freedom of movement. You'll be able to run fast in your sweatpants as opposed to your jeans. Don't wear jeans. I'm here right now, and I normally don't do this. I don't want to tell you what to do. You know, it goes against a lot of, me. Don't tell me what to fucking do, right? That's like a theme of my life. But I'm going to tell you what to fucking do right now. I'm going again. I don't care. Don't wear jeans. Or at least ask yourself why you wear them. And if, you know, just, I want you to audit your jean wearing. If it comes back, everything's copacetic, you love jeans and you know, back to your regularly scheduled program. But if you take an honest look and you decide you don't like what you've become, you know what to do. I think you can repurpose jeans in plenty of ways. You know? Make some art. Create something. Now that there's something I will fucking tell you to do. If you're watching this, go create something, anything. I don't care if you have to take two pieces of wood and fucking nail them together, which by the way, I've been doing randomly at home with the Catio. And I wondered why, and then I realized it's an opportunity to make something. And when you are a human, by the way, we got to the top of the food chain. We all work together. We're at the top of the food chain. Now we're sitting here twiddling our thumbs, or in modern terms, scrolling. The fuck, dude? Make the content. Don't scroll. Make it. You are human. You're born to create. You're not like a fucking dung beetle, or I'm trying to name some other non-glorious animal, but you can look at them in all glorious ways. But for all we know, we are alien to this planet. That I always go to. We're the only life form destroying the planet. So to me, that makes me think we're not of this planet. If we were, we'd take care of it. Like every other life form lives in harmony with the planet, except us. Why are we here if not to create something? Not destroy. You know, you can't destroy energy, you can't create energy, it only changes forms, right? So that's what we're doing. You're taking the energy that is your body and you are creating something with it. Whether it be laughter or the other. So it's like you choose. What are you going to make? Please make something. Please. Please, dude. You know how many of you I know are funny people? Somehow everyone's sense of humor comes out when I'm around. I'm not going to name names, but like I haven't seen you use the social media to create ever. And it's not like you're doing it in another part of your life. You got a YouTube channel that I'm missing? Or you writing papers that I'm not seeing? Something. It doesn't end when you get the wife and kids or the fucking husband and kids or whatever. Creativity doesn't end there.